The government is moving to revive the economy of the nation's second city. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Topping the news tonight, stakeholders are weighing in on the Grand Bahama Investment Incentives Bill, which was approved by both houses of Parliament last year. It was hoped that the legislation would spur economic growth, but the present administration plans to replace and repeal it, stating that it does more harm than good for the Grand Bahama economy. Janaea Noel Ferguson has more.
Ian Roll, president of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, represents one of the major players in the Grand Bahamian economy, one that's been marred by natural disaster and the pullout of investors. The former administration passed the Grand Bahama Investment Incentives Bill last year in an attempt to resuscitate the island's economy and return it to the days when the city of Freeport was known as the Magic City. Roll, though, says the bill passed was not conducive.
The focus of the country should be on the ease of doing business. And that particular bill didn't quite line up with the objective. And I think this current administration made a decision to repeal it and hopefully put something in place to make it much easier for licensees and potential persons to do business in Freeport.
Well, it's against that backdrop that Deputy Prime Minister Peter Turnquist said replacing the act was necessary. He dubbed the present act as a job-killing bill that he said did nothing to facilitate economic growth.
As we talk about the ease of doing business and making it easier to get into business and to renew your licenses and conduct business, this bill and the provisions of that bill go counter to that. And so we want to remove that to ensure that, again, doing business in the Bahamas, doing business in the Freeport area is as simple as possible, is as effective as possible, so that business people can go about doing what they do best, creating profits for themselves and for their employees, building an economy that is sustainable and productive.
Now, despite his disagreement with the present legislation, the Deputy Prime Minister said he hopes that a number of agreements made under the previous administration for industrial companies to expand their footprint on that island will remain.
Well, we are hopeful that the container port will go forth with its expansion. We are hopeful that the shipyard will go forward with its expansion, and we are also hopeful that Carnival will continue with its plans to develop its presence in Grand Bahama. Grand Bahama has tremendous assets that have yet to be exploited, and we believe in expanding the presence of business throughout the island will give us the diversity as well as the capacity to absorb some of the joblessness that we have.
Janaea Noel Ferguson, ZNS Network News.